Hello and welcome to Sangat's Sports Show. Today we're at the Saka Charity Bike Ride 2017. The Saka Charity Bike Ride is a bike ride from Smethwick all the way to Southall over 2 days with one stop off at Luton overnight. It's 130 miles with continuous breaks every 15 miles or so. Okay, welcome to Sangat Sports Show. I'm here with Dr. Savi, who's one of the main marshals here on the Saka ride.
You remember my name?
Yeah, I remember it, yeah. From last year.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been marshalling, and a bit more about the ride as well?
Well, the ride has been going, it originally started off with Boss, it was about 4 or 5 years. It's back in the 80s. And then Saka, Sikh Arts and Cultural Association, took it over literally, I think, 30 odd years ago, right? So it's quite a long time. Every year we've been doing it for children's charities. The first riders probably about 6, the second ride about 12, and now 150 to 200 riders do it every year.
So who designed it first? Who thought of the idea?
The idea was, I think, there were some Singhs that got together one day and they said, you know, we really want to do something to help people, to help, you know, local charities. And they said, well, what can we do? What can we do that's other than a marathon? Well, we'll do 5 of them in a day, yeah. You know. And in those days, they did the whole thing in one day. Wow. They did 130 miles. So they all got kitted out. They got their bikes out, and then they liked it so much, you know. And over the years, it's got more and more organised. Safety is absolutely key for us, and it's just got better and better. And people have been inspired. And then bike rides are up and down the country all the time now. There are different charities that do it, but I think we're one of the original, I guess. Charities that were from an ethnic background, you could argue. I think also, if you think about it in terms of what inspires people, I always think that, you know, I'm not saying this about Singhs or whatever, but it's kind of, it's in our genes. Yeah. I really think inside Sikhs, it's in our genes. If someone's fallen over, we'll go over and we won't ignore it. We'll pick them up. And that selflessness, that spirit of selflessness is a real Sikhi thing, right? So it drives in everything you do. So if you've settled in the country and you want to make sure that you're contributing to society, because in Sikhi it's not about sitting at home, right, or sitting in a cave. You know, our gurus have told us we need to be out and about doing things, you know, being involved in society, you know, and I think it's a really great thing that Sikhs just inherently want to help other people, you know, and I think that's where the spirit comes from.
So from the health perspective, what do you think is the main thing about cycling? How does it really help with from a health point of view?
From a health point of view, obviously what it's doing is it's getting you to, you know, increase your cardio that you're doing. It's a muscle development, it's low impact, so you're not actually pounding the streets. Well, it's good to do a bit of running and, you know, different muscle groups. It's something that everyone can do. The thing about this particular thing is that it's good exercise, but it's not a race. It's a ride. It's not like Tour de France where you're trying to get from one place to the other and get a yellow jersey, just like you. Yeah. Are you wearing a yellow jersey for a reason today? What's going on? You got an orange one underneath.
I'm supposed to be a marshal. The weather's so bad because we don't know it's going to rain. I think from 2 o'clock for 3 hours we've got rain. It's quite chilly as well. It doesn't feel like it's July.
You know, it always seems to be, and that we seem to pick the 3rd week of July when it's always a bit chilly. You know. Yeah. You know, I don't know what it is, but if it rains, it is a bit of an issue. We have to get people to a side and maybe ship them to another point. If it's going to be torrential, then it's probably best to not ride at all.
Is that what you would normally do at that stage? As a marshal, what would you say?
In the last few years, I think I've only seen one occasion when there was a torrential rainfall. It was like a mini hurricane, and we got into a hangar and then we had to ship people to the next point because safety is important, that you're not riding where you can't see where you're going, or, you know, there's just too much water, you know, so it's best to stop.
Okay, so safety is paramount, isn't it, for the riders today?
Absolutely, yeah. You cannot take any chances. And as I was explaining earlier on in the safety briefing, you've got to assume that no one can see you, you know. You know, even if they're lorries, that's not the point. You need to be aware as well as every other road user. You need to be respectful to others, even if other people are not respectful to you. Yep. I suppose that's the thing in life as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. Well, Dr. Savi, thanks a lot for your time here on Sangat TV.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good luck with everyone.
Thanks a lot. Good luck. and welcome to Sangat TV. So what brings you to the 2017 Sakha bike ride?
आज ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ ਸਮੈਦਿਕ ਹਾਈ ਸਟਰੀਟ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਮਾਈ ਸਨ ਕੈਮਰਨ ਉਪੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਈਕ ਰਾਈਡ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ 130 ਮੀਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਬਰਮਿੰਘਮ ਤੋਂ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਲੰਡਨ ਸਾਊਥ ਹਾਲ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਈ ਲੋਸਟ ਮਾਈ ਫਾਦਰ ਇਨ 2015 ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਖੁਦ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਇਹ you know he found the charity of the website so obviously ਕਰਕੇ good charity ਆ ਕੋਈ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਮਗਰ ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੇ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਲਾਸਟ ਈਅਰ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੁਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਐਂਡ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਸਾਲ ਵੀ ਦੁਆਰਤੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਫॉर ਅ ਯੰਗ ਏਜ ਇੰਸਪੀਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੰਨੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਬਦਲੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਸ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਬਾਈਕ ਰਾਈਡ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਐਕਸੈਟਰਾ ਸੋ ਫॉर ਮੀ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਮਮ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਚਾਅ ਆ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਮਕਸਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਫॉर ਅ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਇਵੈਂਟ
So my name's Mike, I run the Queen Elizabeth Hospital charity, so we're providing things that are over and above what the NHS can provide that are designed to benefit patients and families, just like Sakha's Home from Home. So that's a flat close to the hospital, within walking distance, that families can stay whilst their children are being treated for cancer, either staying in the hospital in a ward or undergoing radiotherapy where they're coming every day for 5 weeks to receive radiotherapy.
Okay. Can you explain a bit about this Sakha Home from Home? What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is a hospital where children come from all over the country. We're a specialist hospital, and so we get families travelling long distances, and we know that actually it helps the child's recovery knowing that their parents are close by and can be safe and secure. So having a place where the families can stay free of charge as long as their child is in hospital makes a massive difference. So somewhere where it is a home away from home, it's not a hotel, it's not a hostel, it does feel like home, somewhere where they can be safe and secure, somewhere where the child can get away from the ward and spend time in a normal environment, and it just makes such a massive difference.
Hello and welcome to Sangat TV Sports Show. I can ask you, so this bike ride that you're going to do, what sort of training do you do and what's involved in it?
We need to eat a lot of protein, so obviously we don't eat any meat, so we eat stuff like soya, a lot of dal sabji as well, and it's just ensuring you train regularly on your bike as well, so you've got to do a lot of training that way.
So what sort of training do you do?
It's just doing little cycles, I guess, to Birmingham to Wolverhampton or to different parts of the city, and also just constantly doing morning exercise as well to release all their muscles.
So what got you into cycling?
Generally we just love sports, it keeps you fit, keeps you active, and I guess it's good in life to keep fit as well rather than just sitting down and think,
Okay.
yeah.
So how does your faith help you on this 130-mile bike ride?
I think Sikhi is that kind of gives you that aspect when you do spiritual practice on Gurbani, on meditation, on Simran, in Kirtan programs, and then you do exercise. It goes in hand. It gives you that motivation, that mental kind of motivation to keep you going. You don't get tired or you don't fall into negativity. You always stay positive. So it gives you that strength physically and mentally to keep going.
See, I'm doing the bike ride this year as well, and I've done it for the last 10 years. What I always find, I don't train hard enough, I don't do any exercise, my food's really bad, but somehow I just do it. Something just makes you do it, don't you, on this bike ride? Is it the seva, or what do you think actually makes us do this ride and get through this 130 mile obstacle?
Yeah, I think it's the community as well. When you all get together to Sangat, you kind of encourage each other to carry on doing it. And I guess seeing other people, especially being a youngster, seeing older people doing it, you feel it kind of gives you an encouragement to keep going. Because if they can do it, we can do it, surely.
How many years have you been doing this?
This is my second ride, yeah.
So what training have you done before for this?
I train roughly about 2 weeks, about 10 to 15 miles every day.
Okay, yeah, that's quite a lot of. So what's your diet like now at the moment?
Not very good.
Not very good.
Not very good. Filled it with protein in the morning.
So you told me before you're a vegetarian as well.
Yeah, vegetarian, yeah.
So what do you normally eat then for your protein, for your carbs?
I normally have wraps, corn wraps with spinach in. I have quite a lot of spinach every day, wraps every day. Protein shakes, eggless ones of course. Yeah, that's it really.
Great. So,
a lot of corn.
Any tips for cycling that you've learned over the last few years?
Just take it easy.
Yep.
Take it easy. Don't blow yourself out in the first 10 miles because it's a long ride. It's a long ride.
So what got you into cycling?
Someone approached me at Smethwick Godra. There's a guy, Singh said, you know, have you heard about the London ride? And I looked at him and I laughed. And I was like, I'm going to London, no way. Yeah. I can't do that. I can't ride around the block. But also my Nana passed away in 2015 with myeloma cancer. And the Saka charity they were riding for Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Yeah. And that's where he was being treated at. So it's kind of like a meant to be thing. I just woke up and I thought, oh, I gotta do it.
Do you think that saver point of view, the saver aspect of it on a ride like this in 130 miles gets you through or
yeah, of course. I think we start off with Maharaj here, Matha Tek with Maharaj, and Durdas to Maharaj. I think if it was anywhere else, I wouldn't be able to get through it, to be honest. Okay. I think it's the morning, Matha Tek to Maharaj, you know, asking Maharaj for help. It's a good boost in the morning. Yeah.
Welcome to Sangat Sports Show. So, how long have you been cycling for?
I'm cycling thanks to Sikh Helpline. Okay. Because they got me into cycling.
Gyaniji got you into it.
Yeah. So I did the first ride 2015, 14.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how many miles is the Sikh Helpline ride?
The Sikh Helpline ride is 27 miles and it goes through 10 to 11 Gurdwara.
Where do you start and where do you finish with that ride?
We start at Stratford Road and we end up at Sedgley Street, Gurdwara.
All in Birmingham, yeah?
You're all in Birmingham. The atmosphere is amazing. It's a great environment. It's very rewarding and you meet some wonderful people. And it's not something you would normally do and go around 10, 11 Gurdwara in a day. So it's really nice to get a darshan in that respect.
So, if the Sikh Helpline is a small ride, what do you say to a new starter, someone who's brand new to cycling, maybe only never ridden a bike or just starting into riding a bike?
3 years ago I couldn't ride a bike.
Okay, really?
Really.
And now you've got this expensive bike?
And now a really expensive bike and I'm doing the Saka ride 130 miles. So if you put your mind to it, your heart to it, anything is possible. And there's so much people to help and support you and it's a fantastic day, so why not?
So you've been cycling for 3 years. Since you started 3 years ago, what's the benefits that you've seen from cycling? On your health?
On my health.
Oh, and your health and your spirituality and your mentally as well?
I find it spiritually quite, what's the word? It takes you away to a place.
It relaxes you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just you and your bike and it's just amazing. You know, I love it.
And health-wise, how's it impacted your health?
Oh, I'm really fit now. Yeah. Not that I wasn't fit before, but yeah.
Because they say obviously cycling is good for your blood pressure, it drops your heart rate down. It's good for, you know, and there's lots of diseases that, you know, are not minimised, but cut slightly, such as heart disease and cancer disease and diabetes and stuff. Yeah. So what do you say to other people in the Sikh community that are trying to get into cycling, that looking at you and thinking, oh, but she's got all the gear, she's an expert, you know, and how can I do it?
Small steps at a time. I started off on an iron hybrid bike.
Oh God, yeah. How did you do the ride on that?
Well, with a lot of difficulty, and the initial one was 15 miles. And as I say, and Gyaniji will confirm, I couldn't ride. I was the last one, and I was in tears at the end of it. But out of joy that I actually achieved the goal from getting from one place to another, considering I'd never ridden on a road before. But I would say it's fantastic. It's good for your mind, body, and soul.
So that's the most important thing that we're talking here about this Saka bike ride. There's a lot of people here that haven't got the experience, that are just doing this after starting to get onto a bike. The health benefits that you're going to see are impressive. Not only for your stamina, your heart rate, your blood pressure. People are on tablets, and anyone that's got any issues mentally and psychologically, when you're on a bike, you're doing you're out. It's you and your bike. There's no one else there. All you think about is, I've got to get to that place.
Your connection, and that's all it is. All your worries, your day-to-day worries and concerns, leave them behind. You come back to a different level. Really, really do.
Okay. So this year, when is the Sikh Helpline ride that we've got?
The Sikh Helpline bike ride is on the 1st of October.
Okay, and the route again was?
It's going to start from Stratford Road, Godwara, going through multiple Godwara through Handsworth, Walsall, Willenhall, and then ending at Sedgley Street. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to get into cycling, meet loads of people, do your darshan, the Godwara, have lots of small simple gare, and it's a well-worthy ride and a really good cause.
So how do we find out more information about this Sikh Helpline bike ride?
So go to the Sikh Helpline website and the registration will be up and running. So please make every effort to register. Male, female, doesn't matter how old you are, there is support and marshals along the way. So it'll be a fantastic day.
So the website again, it's www.sikhhelpline.com, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
And that's where you go to register?
Yeah, and that's the 1st of October, so see you there.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Langurt Sports Show. So you're doing the bike ride this year, yeah?
I am, yeah.
So how many years have you done this bike ride?
3rd year now.
3rd year.
Yeah.
So how do you train for this event?
So, we go out regularly, there's a group of us and we cycle about 40 to 50 miles every Sunday. I do things like spinning classes, weight training, so yeah.
Who do you cycle with then? Have you got a club or?
No, there's just a group of us that do this ride and then we just get together and cycle.
Oh, that's great. So how do you think we can get more Sikh girls into cycling?
Just more advertising, more promotions, do shorter rides, get people confident on the road, because that's probably the scariest thing about cycling is road safety. So it's educating everybody about it a bit more, and then having somebody to represent as well.
So what do you say to someone who's new to cycling or thinking about it, watching this video, and thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't get a bike, I ain't got the energy, I'm not in the good shape to do this. What would you say that the main thing, motivation, and the main experience is?
I'd say, give it a crack. There's no point saying no to something you haven't tried before. The first time that I did it, all I'd done was spinning classes. I hadn't even been on a road, and I managed to get to London. So if I can do it, you can do it, yeah. Okay,
so it's 130 miles. What inspires you to carry on? Because we've got huge hills coming up on the ride, and it's the weather, and after you've done the first 30 or 40 miles, you start getting fatigued and you run out of energy. What pushes you to carry on and finish the ride?
Charity, 100% the charity that we're fundraising for. So I think of the children that we're donating money to. I always read some stories about some of the charities and the projects that they do, and I keep that in my mind. So when I start feeling like I'm struggling, bring that back to my mind, and it helps him focus and push on.
Do you think that's important, the saver aspect of it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
that's probably the main reason why I do it, to be honest. Okay. And then after that, it's just fitness is improved and I carry on.
Hello and welcome to Langurt TV.
Okay. My name is Nrinderjeet Singh Soor.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask you, you're doing the bike ride this year?
I certainly am, yes.
So how many years have you been doing this bike ride?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay. And so how have you trained for this event?
What I do is I normally go to the gym or take short and long rides. I go into Coventry, Wolverhampton, just to keep fit.
But whereabouts are you based?
I'm based in Birmingham.
Oh, so Coventry's quite far. How many is 30 miles, is it?
No, there and back, it's roughly about 56 miles.
Okay, and how long does that take you?
It takes roughly, 5 to 6 hours.
Oh, that's a long time in the saddle. So can I ask you, nutritionist side, obviously you have to eat healthy for cycling. What's the main benefits of cycling, would you say, for you?
I think for me to keep myself going, especially, I'm not going to say anything, but when you do age a little bit, but you need to keep yourself in motion. If you're not, then you obviously start going down a little bit. But I like to keep myself fit.
So what can you say to say you're like you've just said, the slightly older generation? What do you say to them to say, oh, the people sitting at home thinking, oh, I can't get on a bike, I think I'll fall over or I'm not fit enough?
I think people tend to follow suit. They see other people saying, oh, I'm getting a little bit old, but I think you need to get up and keep moving. Do a little bit, then obviously then do a big bit and keep going.
Okay, so what keeps you going on 130 mile? How do you plan it in advance? And what drinks, what food, and what energy do you do all along through?
Lots of water, a lot of energy drinks, and especially some of these electrolyte tablets which mix in the water, and some of the gels. But obviously, to keep going, you need a lot of water and a lot of food.
Okay. Yes. So obviously myself, I just normally drink water. I'll have the crisps. I've got and all the junk food that they have every 15 miles. But fatigue-wise, do you do any stretches for your legs or during the?
I think that the stretches are very important, especially doing a big ride like this. If you don't do the stretches, obviously you might get muscle pulls or cramps or something like that. But it's best to do lots of stretches.
So what got you into cycling?
It became a passion of mine. I think I've started when I was younger. I enjoyed bikes, started cycling everywhere, and since then it's just grown and developed. And as I have learned more about cycling, the more I've loved it, the more I've liked it, the more I upgraded my bike, bought the clothes, started riding with cycle clubs, and since then it's just developed and progressed.
How many miles would you say you do in a month recently for this event?
So I would normally do about 60 miles a week.
Wow. Do you do that all with a club or you do that all yourself?
So this year I didn't ride with a club. I've ridden by myself, but previous years I've ridden with a club.
What would you say to people that are scared of cycling, thinking, oh, it's dangerous, and that maybe they're not good enough, and they're scared of the whole getting on a bike and what could happen?
So if you are quite nervous and a novice, then the best thing to do is start with small rides with local councils. Provide some small safe rides, family leisurely rides. You've got Sky Ride, which is organised by Sky, and then you've got cycle training. They organise cycle training safety techniques and how to ride safely in the road, on the road, with other people. So there's numerous ways for you to start, and if you are really uncomfortable, go with some experienced riders who would help you develop that skill.
What would you say are the main benefits for you? Because obviously you cycle a hell of a lot, 60 miles a week, for your health. What's it done from when you started and now what you get after a ride and what you're achieving?
So I mean, after you've exercised, you always get that euphoric kind of feeling, oh, you've achieved something. In addition to that, you'd have the benefits of health, your cardiovascular system's working out, you feel fitter, you've got more energy, you're more productive, you're more focused. It's just overall health benefits are great.
What do you say to the people now, even the youngsters now that have got a bad diet, and already with their diet and with their health, with their exercise that they're doing at the moment, you can see in the future they're going to suffer from heart disease. We've got a huge rate of diabetes, and obviously the more unfit you are, the more chance you've got of developing cancer as well. What can we say to them to get them on their bike and get them out of this habit that we've got?
One is, I'd say look for a sport you love doing, because when you love doing a sport, you're more inclined to do it and continue doing it. And as you progress, you get that feeling you've progressed. And as you progress even further, you want to continue doing that sport even further, and then your fitness will develop. And as you develop your fitness, you'll realize your health and food need to change, and you naturally change your food and diets according to what sport you do anyway.
Hello, welcome to Sangat Sports. So Sangat Sports Show is a program that we're doing for the youth, and we're just talking about health, fitness, diet, and the importance of living a healthy life, especially for the Sikh generation, and the problems that we've got compared to other ethnic minorities because of our genetic setup.
And yeah, so I'm on a diet program at the moment for Channel 4. And I've been dieting for the last 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, I've lost 6 kilos. And the way I did it was by cutting the salt and sugar, zero salt, zero sugar, and also cutting out all the carbs like bread, potatoes, and also, kind of drinking plenty of water, and that's helped. So my blood pressure and cholesterol has come down to normal. I've been eating tablets for 15 years now, and I'm going to stop it because there's no need for tablets. We just realize what we can do. And this is also thanks to Channel 4 for helping me. I'm on a DASH diet, which is to bring the blood pressure down. And basically, that's a lot of things, and I'm going to carry on with the diet now. I'm hoping to lose another 6 kilos in the next 6 weeks.
So a lot of people in our community have got high blood pressure. So why are we getting high blood pressure?
High blood pressure is the diet, yeah? This has proved that within 6 weeks, my high blood pressure has gone to normal. My blood pressure used to be 165 over 120.
Wow, that's high.
Yeah, so now it's 120 over 95.
That's nearly perfect.
Yeah, so it's nearly about perfect. Cholesterol was 7.2, it's gone down to 5.2.
Exercise-wise, what do you normally do for health as well? Because diet's really important, obviously for you. But what do you do about your cycling and getting ready into shape as well?
Well, I go gym every day for at least 40-45 minutes. I spend half an hour on the bike in the gym. Yeah, and this is my 10th year. I've been cycling for the last 10 years.
So this change that you've done, it's probably could end up saving your life and giving you a few more years on your life.
Right.
That a lot of the Sikh community, a lot of Asians, they suffer from these heart problems, this diabetes and what have you, and we've got high chance of getting cancer, and it's proven that if you cycle regularly, that cuts that down. Yeah. So why can't we force people? Why not force people? Why can't we get into people's heads that, get off the sofas, make that effort, and go to the gym or get on a bike or do something, or go walking or do something.
But that's the reason I'm here, to hopefully give everyone else an incentive that you can do it at any age. Brothers, you can, and sisters, you can do it at any age. Don't give up. Yeah. I've shown you it can be done. Yeah, it can be done. Yeah. Look after yourself, because I'm going to work till I'm 100 now. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your time on Sangat Sports. Okay. It was nice to meet you.
No, thank you, Roach. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Sangat Sports.
Thank you.
So you've done this bike ride for quite a while, haven't you?
This is my 14th year, so quite a few years' experience there.
So what got you into cycling?
I saw an advert, I saw a leaflet, and my dad went and bought a £40 bike, a little bit purpley, a little bit girlish, 5 gears, and I learnt my lesson right there and then. Always have the right gear, and no idea, But the thing is, I learnt a lot. I learnt a hell of a lot on that ride, and then I upped my game. Bought a better bike and did about 6 years with that old one, and unfortunately I came off, bought another bike, and then from there I got myself a Bianchi bike.
Oh wow, they're quite expensive.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I'll fly through, but I get through it pretty quick.
Okay, so what's the benefits for you personally of cycling and of your health as well?
Well, the benefits of cycling, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows, but if you cycle, your BP, your blood pressure, it will go down by 10.
By 10?
Yeah, it does go down by 10. So if your BP is at, say, 140, obviously...
that's high, yeah.
Yeah, that is high. That's the first stage. That's the first stage. So talk to your doctor before you just get on. Don't take my advice for it. But if you cycle something like 15 miles or 20 miles, work your way up to it, measure your BP over a week, and you will find it goes down by 10.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for your time on Sangat TV.
Rightio, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
They're all coming behind us. I think we're going to be ready to go.
Yeah, we are ready to go. Let's get going.
See you at the end.
See you. Bye. I can't stress far enough how important it is for cycling and for your general fitness. It helps reduce your average heart rate. It helps strengthen your bones, strengthen your muscles. In the long term, it helps overall with your general health condition. The main thing about cycling that I find important is that it gives you that buzz, it gives you that energy afterwards that you've actually achieved something, you've actually done something for your, not just for Seva that we're doing now, but even if you go on your own ride, you've done something for your own health, for your own benefits, whether it's reducing the risk of heart disease, reducing the risk of diabetes, and even cancer has been related to the fact that, the more fit you are, the less chance you've got of cancerousness occurring within you. So I can't stress the most important thing about cycling is keep going, keep your fitness up, and you'll see the benefits if you give it a try. This is the first of many shows that we've got on Sangat Sports. Anything that you want, any help or anything that you want to get involved in or you think that can help the Sikh community regarding sports, health, fitness, get in touch and hopefully we can do our seva and we can give you a good show. and this is the first of many, and keep watching and stay tuned.